in their future, how they are building themselves, how they are strengthening their minds, how they are focusing on the future that is ahead of them. So this is a very important conversation, and we could not continue with these conversations with Eddie without bringing in the whole aspect of how physical fitness actually affects our lives. So today we have a very special guest, and she's been busy for the last couple of weeks, and she's been posting videos all through the 5-week challenge tour, the Be Mindful campaign, courtesy of Basic Needs, Basic Rights, and she's been doing something very special. She's putting up instructions or nice, friendly videos of how we can get physical, how we can be mindful about our physical fitness, because at the end of the day, it does affect mental wellness. So please help me in welcoming our guest for this afternoon. That is Sarah Nyambura Shege, or if you Sache fitt. Did I say that right? Sache fitt, Nyambura.
Sache fitness.
Sache fitness. But your handle on Twitter is Sache fitt, right?
Yeah, and on Instagram as well. Yeah.
Yes, fantastic. Karibu sana, Sarah. Again, I'll commend you for the great work you're doing for this campaign, because many people are very comfortable when you tell them to start doing press ups, and you start telling them to do, including me. But it's for us to start realizing that this conversation is very important. Now, what are we talking about today? Today, it's all about our fitness and our mental wellness. I'll just give you some information that I found online as I was researching about this conversation for today. It's important for us to build a healthy lifestyle through physical fitness that will help us to become happier and healthier. Now, the ultimate place to achieve greatness and fitness is, of course, by making up your mind and making sure that it's part of your day-to-day regime. Who said this? This is what Sache Fitness is all about. And I like their tagline, mind, body, and soul fitness. They are found on Facebook, they're on Twitter and Instagram. Sarah, are you on LinkedIn also?
Yes, I am.
Yes, and on LinkedIn. So just as we continue with this conversation, go and look for Sache Fitness. And interestingly, the Sache name is quite unique. How did you come up with that? I don't want to say it.
Okay. Hi. My name is Sarah Chege. Thank you for this opportunity. I also like it, Basic Needs and Basic Rights, for having this awesome online and wellness challenge for the youth. And I'm glad to do my part of educating people how physical fitness is beneficial to your mental health and your overall quality of life. So the name Sache is a combination of my name. My name is Sarah Chege, so it's a combination of my first two letters in Sarah, and then Chege, my dad's name. And that is a nickname I got in high school when I was in Form 2.
In truth and spirit, Sarah. That's how we set up our business names, eh?
Uh-huh. So that's how my friends, actually I was in Karima Girls High School, and my friends called me that because there was a head girl ahead of me who was called Karotege, and people used to refer to her as Kache. So when I went there, people just started calling me Sache. And yeah, that's where I got the name Sache. When I joined campus and was admitted to do a course called Recreation and Sports Management in Kenyatta University. Then I knew I wanted to set up a gym. So that's where I combined Sache and then fitness, and it came together. And yeah, that's basically it.
You know, it's good to know that you are actually trained in this space, because that means then you've committed a big part of your life in learning what you're training and teaching people to do right now. Now, for those who do not know, there's a study that was done in America. A study of 1.2 million people found that people who exercise report having a 1.5 fewer of poor mental health a month. Yeah, you got me right. People who exercise, they report to having 1.5 fewer days of poor mental health a month compared to people who do not exercise. Now, the study found that team sports, including cycling, aerobics, and going to the gym, are associated with the big reductions, according to the largest observational study of its kind that was done in the US. Now, more exercise was not only or was not always better, and the study found that exercising for 45 minutes, 3 to 5 times a week, was associated with biggest benefits going to the mental illness. Samura, is that true?
Yes, it is. One of the benefits, and I say one of the benefits because the benefits are so many, is how physical activity boosts your mental health. First of all, our bodies operate. We know there are hormones in our bodies that regulate various activities. What happens is there's a hormone, specifically one of them produced by the body when you exercise. They are called endorphins, and they are hormones. So what the benefit when you exercise is your body produces the hormones called endorphins that actually boosts your mood towards overall mental health. Another thing is it reduces your stress and anxiety levels when you commit to exercise, as you say, if it's 45 minutes, 3 days a week. Plus, in the end, it also boosts your self-esteem. So it's the benefits that make up that benefit towards mental, and that's just one benefit of exercise for mental parties.
And just maybe as we get deeper into this conversation, I know it can get very technical. Let's just have a little back Sache itself. I know you've told us you've trained in what you're doing right now, but what came to mind to start this engagement and make it your calling now?
Okay. So I'm to go back to my early childhood years, and the thing I remember about growing when I was in primary school, I used to love games. I used to love sports. When everyone else was looking forward, when my sisters were looking for to go to school and study, I was looking for to go to school and play. For I was waiting for PE lessons, and I used to carry my mom's. There are these kambas in our language tunasema mehedo. It's the ropes that tie firewood, and then people used to carry mitungis with. And I used to hide it. My mom's rope, I used to hide it in my bag so that when I get to school, I can skip. And I used to look forward to break time every time PE lesson. I used to get mad at teachers who would extend and stay during PE. So that I loved sports. I played so many sports in primary school, including running. I used to also run. And then I went to high school and I started playing basketball. I was very passionate about it. And actually, this is something we have proven that has been done. It is beneficial to your health. Try it. It will cost you. I don't think it's going to cost you much, and it's a worthwhile experience.
Now, Nyambura, you've mentioned something very important towards the end, and that is it will not cost you much. And right now, any coin people are getting, any coin someone is getting, it's going to the basic needs. So right now, you won't have a lot of people focusing into paying gym fees or paying to buy those physical fitness equipment or even ATA and the things that people spend money on for fitness. Now, maybe you could just break down to us how can one just get physical without being stressed about money? Because I believe there are ways we can get physical without even spending a coin. And there are quite a number of exercises that can be done, even just where you are seated now. I remember we I'd asked you if we could do some physical thingy, but I guess it's really put on our cutty. But we'll try and see if we can do that before the end of the conversation. But yes, tell us, without money, what can I do physical wise that can help me work with my or improve my mental wellness, considering it's also expensive joining a gym.
Okay.
Not everybody can afford it.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. Okay. That's a good question. So there are various things I can do. First of all, I want to say that I also started home workouts before I went to the gym. And most of my goals I achieved from home. So there's nothing that you cannot do. There's nothing you cannot do from home. What you do is I'll try as much as I can, because I don't have the infrastructure. I'm going to describe it. First of all, if starting, I want to acknowledge that beginning a fitness journey, first of all, is not easy, but it's worth it. So what you do, there are various activities you can do from home. First of all, the number one that people recommend, walking. You can walk, and it's very therapeutic to walk. Actually, I try it once a week. So get out, walk, do a 30 minutes walk. It's very beneficial. If you do a 30 minutes walk, you burn calories, you burn fat, you improve your mental health, because it also has the therapeutic effect, as I said. And it's exercise, so all the other benefits, your heart, it improves your lungs, all that. I don't want to get into details so much else. So number one, you can walk. Number two, you can do cycling. If you have a bike, that's it. If you don't want to, you can do cycling. You can do skipping rope. So how many would that can I would say, want to start skipping, then start with the minimal. How many can you do? Can you do 10? Can you do 20? Can you do 30, 40? All that. And every day, say I skip 10 every day, then make it like 7 days, those are 70. The next week, try to skip 20 a day, 50 a day. So that's also another thing. Then another thing you can do, some simple exercises, my jumping jacks, kuna ile apart together. When we grow up, hiyo ndio tulikuwa tunashinda tukiambiwa when to be apart together, jump up and down. So
and look at where it has taken you now.
that's another thing that you can do.
Trainer.
Another thing that I would advise, yes, another thing I would advise guys to do is go. There are so right now on TV. There are so many fitness programs that are there. People are bringing aerobics to you on TV. Do aerobics if you can be able. Zinakwanga 30 minutes. Some of them are very strenuous because about new fitness instructor wamefanya 10 years. Mimi nitaanza kuambia sijui nini, so umechoka within 10 minutes, but that's okay. Don't stop. Take a break. Continue. Try to reach the goal. So tips are there. You do aerobics. Number two, YouTube has so many workout videos, guys. So that's another option. But I would caution you to the videos on YouTube, that make sure that the videos that you're following are credible. So you want to look for basically the correct technique above everything, quality over quantity. So yeah, those are some of the options that are there. They are numerous, everywhere. And the last thing, when you start doing it, so that you can be consistent, find an accountability partner. Is it your son? Is it your daughter? Is it your husband? Is it your neighbor? Is it your friend? You do online calls. Just find somebody you will like, did you work out today? Okay, show me the proof. If you're sending pictures after you work out, so that you can try and be consistent. So yeah, there are various resources online and at home. You're not missing out by not going to the gym.
Yeah, I can imagine there's so much resource out there. And yes, YouTube is a wealth of, so much information. But then again, I like the fact that you've cautioned we need to be careful, because I know most of those people out there doing those videos are not necessarily out to help you. They're just there to help themselves because of content. So they throw in things in there, and you might end up picking up the wrong information. And being careful and being clear in terms of what you're doing is very key. But the most important thing is that accountability partner. It helps you to actually be on your toes and know that you have somebody. Sometimes you might just decide and do it for yourself, but there's no accountability, and having a partner is very important. Now, moving on now, Nyambura, then there's the videos that we've been following. What would you recommend for just a day-to-day exercise activities? I know you've recommended walking, but let's say if I was to structure my physical engagement, training myself for just being active, how would my day look like, or how would a training session look like, or which is self, if I'm training myself, for example, how would it look like?
Okay.
Just a basic.
So okay, basic. I would like, so this is a structure of like a program that I would like people to follow. 30 minutes to 45 minutes of a workout. Have exercises that will be considered as a warm-up. So warm up you can do. The one that I said is jumping jacks, yeah, over your head, clap and jump. That you do warm up for 5 minutes. It can be walking back and forth, it can be jogging on the spot, and then from there go to the main part of the body. So if it's skipping, if it's walking, if it's the exercises themselves you got on YouTube, then you can do that for 20 to 25 minutes. Again, this depends on your fitness level. Individual A can do a workout in like 10 minutes. Individual B can do a workout in 30 minutes. Individual C can do a workout, the same workout, in 1 hour. The difference is the fitness level, because my recovery time might not be the other person's recovery time. Maybe I need 10 seconds to recover, someone 5 seconds, someone who does not break in between to recover. So have 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, depending on your fitness level of the main body. And then after you finish your workout, guys, remember to stretch. Stretches are the most, I don't want to say the most important, but they are very, very important for you to do. The reason is because it prevents your body, one, from having injuries. So all the muscles that you've used, if you've skipped, you've used your leg muscles, you've used your hands to swing. The reason you're stretching is because you want to avoid injuries and you want muscles to recover well and prepare for the next exercise, which is going to be the next day. My advice, work out once a day enough. I see people who work out twice a day. I honestly think it does the same purpose. You're just wearing out your body. So just one workout a day is enough. Yeah.
But how many times a week?
That's it. I hope I answered the question well.
Yes, you did. But how many times a week?
How many times a week? When you start, if you're a beginner, start with 2 days. Yes. If you're a beginner, start with 2 days a week before your body starts getting used to exercise. So day 1, if you do skipping, then day 2, you can do walking. Then the next week 2, you can go to 3 days. So your body keeps improving. The maximum days you're supposed to work out in a week, I would recommend, when you're a beginner, I'd recommend 4 days. When you advance 5 days, you need to give your body at least 2 days to rest so that it can recover from all that wear and tear that happened when you're exercising. So basically 2 to 3 days when you're beginning is good enough.
Yeah, because that's what we really sometimes don't know. You might find I'm very eager to start getting physically active, but again, we don't know the number of times you end up maybe even injuring yourself because you don't have the right information. And that's why it's good to have you here to just make these things clear. Now, something else that I know a lot of us have a problem with, or rather have a challenge in deciding what is the best time to do exercise. Is it when you wake up in the morning? During midday? I've seen people going to the gym during lunch hour. The people who go to the gym at the end of the day, and some of them say, I like going early in the morning because it's not busy. Unapata mtu ameingia gym saa 12 asubuhi. For obvious reasons, when you're doing it for yourself again. But for now, for obvious reasons, we can not all go to the gym. Now it's doing it at home. What is the best time to do physical activity, physical training, physical fitness training?
Yeah. Okay. First, let me acknowledge that's a very popular question and a good one, because I also get that a lot. It depends on what you prefer, because I won't tell you to go and work out in the morning. I had a very interesting experience with my son. I for them to work in the morning, and their day was not as productive as I thought. So, and I made up about it. It was so funny, people are laughing. So I exercise. Personally, I like morning workouts. The reason is because throughout the day, I'm going to be high on what do I say, adrenaline, all those hormones that are produced when I exercise. But there's someone else. I'll give you an example. There's another. I have a sibling who worked out in the morning and felt sleepy throughout the day. She was like, you know what? I need to go and sleep before I work out, before I do my normal work. Let me just sleep. And it was so funny. I laughed so much because I thought, guys, you're supposed to be energized. What do you mean you're going to sleep? But do what works for you. This is what I say. In exercise, understand your body. What does your body need? You know, even in terms of eating, what does your body need? You understand your body. Do I like morning workouts? Then for me, I'll work out in the morning. Do you like lunchtime workouts? You work out during lunch. And even in workouts, the bottom line is you will still get those benefits. The difference is if I like morning workouts, then my day is going to be hyped and I'm going to feel energized, you know. But if you like, that's me. So what do you like? Do you like climb workout? You will get benefits. Your body will still produce those hormones. You will still shed. You will still burn, get rid of those toxins. It doesn't really matter. It's just based on your preference.
Okay, so preference is very important, and knowing exactly the best time for you. It's interesting that somebody would actually do gym in the morning and then get tired the rest of the the rest of the day. It's strange. It's very strange because our bodies respond differently to all these things that we put through. So already questions have already started coming in, and the first one is by our good friend here, Smith. Now he says, now I have a question. A farmer like me, he's a farmer. I do a lot of lifting, pushing, all that work. Is there need for me to do exercise? So that is his question. He's a farmer. He's very active on the farm and busy, and he's asking, does he need to do exercise then?
Okay, so let me give just like a brief history of exercise. Before gyms came and all these fancy things we are doing now, the early days, like very early stages, what hunting, gathering, walking, because I understand, I don't want to say my parents, but maybe my great grandparents, they used to walk. They were not matatu, so you walk and walk and walk, and that is a physical activity. So most of the activities that Smith is saying involve kama ni farming. You said farming, right? So using a jembe, so you're working your muscles, you're working your hand muscles, you're working your back muscles. All that lifting, all that moving is physical exercise in itself. So are you exercising? Yes, you are, and keep it up. So most of the people who are told to go to the gym is because the people who sit from 9 to 5 p.m.
Yes.
There is no physical activity that you have done. The only thing that you've engaged is like maybe your mind. So those are the people who it's an urgency workout. But even the people who do let me say them jengo because I don't know what to say.
Constructor.
We translate to Kizungu. Sasa the people who are in them jengo nini. Yeah, so it involves a lot of carrying things and going up and like I'm going to still give you the same exercises that will have the same purpose as you are doing. So yes, Smith, you're exercising. That's why you're there, fit and yeah.
So I believe then it should not really worry much. But do you see, like now when I'm working, like if I was okay, for example, Smith now, I'm sure maybe he doesn't put mind to it because he's doing what he loves. He loves farming. It involves a lot of active, many activities when he's on the farm and all that. And sometimes you don't put mind to it. But you see, when you're doing the physical training in the house, planning, you're going to do 4 repetitions. You're going to do jumping jacks. You're going to do this set for 40 minutes, blah, blah, blah. where do we now put mind for somebody who's out there on the mjengo? Would you have strategies or tips that you tell that guy or that lady who works at Mjengo how they can now make it mindful that they're doing this heavy lifting and walking and all these activities? What are somebody who's and he maybe not put much mind to also some sort of good physical fitness fit. How can you is there to be mindful about that, to look at it also as a way of being physically fit?
Okay. I'd say if already it's not part of it, because there's this, when doing something you love, there's this um when you're doing something you even unawares, you're like, this is something I love, so I'm happy about it. If I'm happy about it, then it's affecting my mental health as well. There's a hormone that is produced by the body when you accomplish a task. uh, and that it's one of the hormones that actually boosts your mental health. So I'd say if that is your work, I'd say have goals. So how much do I
Yeah.
want to do today? How much of farming do I want to do today? How many acres do I want to have paliliad? How many acres do you want to paliliad? So when you accomplish that, then you feel good about it, and you're able to challenge yourself to do something else. So that's when the mental part of it comes in. What about the lifting and all that? Set as Also that, set some goals. If it's not if that day you're not using the stairs, you're like, if I'm not using the stairs, let me add that as part of my goal so that I can go up and down. How many times do I want to do it? 10 times, 50 times. And if you're already fit and you accomplish something, it's both mental and physical, because there's that accomplishment, there's that hormone that is produced by your body when you achieve something. Thank you for that question, because that's an important part I had forgotten to mention. That sorry, I'm drinking water. That's why this is happening. So set goals for yourself, small goals, realistic goals. Oh, set small, realistic goals. Even when you're doing, even in the gym, how much do I want to achieve today? Do I want to hit 1 hour 30 in every place you're doing something? And as crazy as it may be, if it is, you know, walking, how many kilometers do I want to do? Then I record it on my phone. How many have I achieved? Then I feel good. I'm like, yeah. So tomorrow, let's do another challenge. I think that's a better part of doing of setting goals, is that when I achieved this today, I'm like, how will I challenge myself tomorrow? Then you set yourself up to not only boost your mental health, but also to boost your esteem, because you're like, you did this. So what's stopping you from doing this?
That's right. Fantastic. Just to everybody else who's following this amazing conversation here with Sache Fitness, we have Nyambura Shege from Sache Fitness, and she's really passionate about this conversation. And you can continue sending in your questions, so that if you have a burning matter that you'd like some clarification on in regards to physical fitness and being physical during these very crazy times we're in, we will share that with her. So, Sarah, then I will then ask you to just give us some insight to how technology is also trying to help us to deal with. I'm seeing a lot of apps out there now for physical fitness. Are there those that you'd recommend? Because sometimes I might not have the luxury of coming to your gym. I might know you as a physical fitness instructor, but I might not be able to come to you. And of course, with these COVID restrictions, not too much crowding is allowed. You need to social distance and all those details. Are there apps that you'd recommend us to use to help us?
Yes, there are people I personally follow, because as a coach, you have also to have coaches and people who mentor you, who inspire you to keep moving. So there are people I follow. I'm not very sure about the name of the apps. Once I know, maybe I can post it on my timeline, or share it to your page.
You could
to
even make it
so that you can
one of
know.
the posts where
But
you share apps about physical fitness. It would help. You can make it a post on its own later on in the week or when you find time. Then we can always know these apps, because I'm seeing the world is embracing technology now, and not only just to watch YouTube videos, but also those apps are helping.
Yes. So the people I follow personally, and the reason is maybe I don't know. I'm not very sure about the names. Is because I can be able to, maybe I structure my own workouts. Maybe that's why I'm not very aware of it. But what I'd recommend is their mobile apps. They are very good, and I'm going to recommend some of the trainers that I follow who I think are credible, and whatever they're doing is very good. Then I'll do that as a post. Something else I'd recommend is the YouTube channel, guys. First of all, I'm also on YouTube, Sache Fitness. So you can go and check it out and subscribe. I did a video on abs workout. I'm trying to make it as simple to guys so that you can know that you can do it. And I want people to find someone who they can resonate with as well. So on YouTube, there are so many trainers who are also there, who are sharing very nice videos. And what I like about the YouTube part is that they're actually doing it as you're saying, and they're actually demonstrating and telling you this is what you're supposed to do. Because I tried an app when I was starting my home training, maybe in 2018, and it just says, okay, let's do this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I don't know, I just didn't feel very motivated. But on YouTube, I like those videos on YouTube. So I'd say YouTube, I prefer YouTube, but I'll give the post on the mobile that fitness apps that I think are good. Which one?
Yeah, because right now the technology is really moving very fast, and we are all seeing all these kind of apps that we can use, and physical fitness has not been left behind. Now, when it comes to setting goals, for somebody who wants to balance their physical fitness and their mental wellness, what are the simple exercises you would recommend? I'm Eddie. I want to start setting goals of how to balance my physical fitness and my mental health fitness. How would you guide somebody wanting to do that? Setting goals.
Setting goals. Okay. If Smith, for example, wants to start, let me just use him as an example. You want to start how to exercise. Number one, I'd set a goal. This is how I set up my goal. Maybe this is a to-do list. I want to do 2 days of exercises this week. And then I want to do 30 minutes of exercises this week. And then number 3, now which exercises are we doing? As I'm saying, we can do jumping jacks.
Yes.
That's number 1. If I get detailed on the exercises themselves, I'd recommend you can do jumping jacks. The exercises called side bends. The reason I'm saying is because these are simple exercises that someone can do from home. And when I finish this, I'm going to say about the stretches, because the stretches are the most relaxing part after you've exercised. You can do some modified. Sorry?
I was going to ask.
Okay, you can do modified. Okay. You can do some modified burpees, and I know I'm going to say this, and it's if you never exercise, you're going to think this is some foreign language, because it's like German to people who have, who are not in the fitness industry. So you do modified burpees to so that you can go and look them up. Yeah, mountain climbers, that's another one. And then just check out the videos that I've been doing, because I did skipping and I did very simple exercises. So if I recommend exercises, then go to the Facebook basic videos that I've done. This effective for the because you can't do the stretches without the exercises, then it beats the point. So the stretches, so some of the stretches is you can. So I'm seated like in a yoga
You know
position.
what you can do?
Namaste.
What you can do, I don't know if you're with somebody there with you, Sarah. Maybe anaweza kushikia camera just so that we can just see from a distance.
Let's
describe.
Oh yeah.
Sarah is going to show us.
This way. Yeah. Is that okay?
Yeah, I think that's fine. It's actually you. Are you okay? You can do it from there?
Yes, I can. So it's a comfortable seat.
Okay. Okay, cool.
So this is what I'm saying.
This
Seated. Let me put this water. So I'm seated like this. Legs are crossed. It's a very comfortable position for me. So my legs are crossed like this, and what I do is I put my hands here and push my arms to the side. And when I stay in this position, I breathe in and out. So I take in, then out, in, out. So a stretch, you can do this 8 to 10 seconds. This is what this, because it's very mindful. This is very, it involves you're concentrating. So you're trying to, when you're here, you do positive thinking. So you reinforce positive things about yourself. So you are like, I'm strong, I can do this, I have a long day ahead of me, I have tasks accomplished, and that speak positively yourself. Another one that I just remembered, I don't think I'm going to be able to demonstrate because it involves me placing my legs over here and the wall is kind of far away. But you sit and then you that position for you to down. You can stay there. But then that stretch you can do it for even 5 minutes and just stay there and meditate and release, like you release bad thoughts and reinforce positivity. And that's what I like about the stretches.
Fantastic.
So I don't know if I should do a video of that one of these days on the live workout so that people can see. Yeah,
Sarah,
but that's some of it.
I really appreciate going the length of just giving us a good description of those stretches, because Sarah's videos of Facebook. I know most of the things you're telling us right now, you've talked about in those videos that you've shared on Facebook, if I'm not wrong. So I will ask guys, go to our Facebook page and pick up those lessons from there. Amazing lessons, I must say, Sarah. They've got a couple of questions here from Sandra Hisa. What are some good warm-ups before workout? I think you've mentioned one or two, which I think you can answer that. Best or the good warm-ups before workout? Maybe you could quickly mention that. And then Wange is saying, thank you. Today I've learned a lot. Personally, I usually do home workouts, but my issue consistency. And I believe a lot of your customers, the ones who use clients, consistency is one battle that you have with them. You can tell us a little bit about consistency and how to keep on encouraging yourself. But most of the time you're alone, and consistency is made better when you have the right mindset. So you can tell us a little bit about that. Then we have a question from basically workout, but I've maintained the same kgs for the last 1 year. Could it be I've hit a dead end? Can you hit a dead end when you're trying physical fitness and nothing is changing? When it comes to food, I've greatly reduced my portions. My weakness is wheat though. Biscuits. I'm generally feeling healthy, but I've just stagnated. Again, I think that's the question about consistency. So yeah, consistency. And the other question was what would you say as good warm up? Aya, wangesikiza sasa.
Good warm-ups. Sorry, I'm trying to get my phone connected. So if I got consistency, I got dead end, and warm-ups, right? There's one I didn't get. The very first one I didn't.
The first one was what are some good warm-ups workout? That was the first one.
Could you kindly repeat the first one that you said?
What are some good warm-ups before? What are some of the good warm-ups before workout?
Okay, I'm connected. I'm sorry for that. I wanted to so that I can handle questions well. So let me talk about consistency for one. Yeah, I admit that very very major problem. So if you're speaking with you're not on your own, number one, it's a challenge. Especially getting time. Look at my clients, sometimes I'm like, I want to synthesize, but I can't because I want the best for you. So I still hard on you. So what I'd say is, remember why you started. Remember why you started. Because there are various reasons. Did you start because you wanted to help lose weight, or do you want to be stronger? Are you overcome something? Is it for your mental? That it make you feel good? Remember why you started. Have a vision. Some very goals. There's a dress that I have to fit into by July. Can you get me into that dress by July? So that's one of the goals. Remember, what is your vision? You're like, because that's funny, but it works. Let me tell you, when you have a vision, it works. It makes you get every day, and when you're feeling like you don't want to do it, you still do it because you have vision. Where do you want to go? So another vision is I want to maybe like be 10 kgs down, 20 kgs down. Another reason, major reason, and it's a reason I actually don't. I feel sad when people come to me with that reason, is that I want the doctor that I need to lose 40 kgs, otherwise the diabetes is away, or blood pressure and all those lifestyle diseases. And I'd say that where do I want to be? Where do I want to be in December? Where do I want to be in January? That's another thing. So number one, remember you said. Number two, what is your goal? What is your vision? What do you want to achieve? And the thing is, let me be just honest and tough, and this will sound like tough love, but you would what you want sitting down, stopping the exercise. You won't result just come. You work for them. So that's another thing. Number three, that is very effective, that my sister actually to me, and that I've seen that works, have accountability partner. And this one, let me tell you, even having that brother or that son or that neighbor or that, your sister or whoever, and tell you, Haya, you work out today, kwa nini? So this nini that we had, some part that had with one of my sisters, keep her consistent. Like, when you exercise, unatupatia 200 sisi wawili, and then inikaa kama ni pesa mingi sana if you don't exercise. Kama exercise, hiyo ni at the end of the week umesema how many are you supposed to exercise? 3. Hizo ni 400 times 3, 1200. At the end of the month kumeka 4800 to give kwa sababu you didn't exercise. You may not take it far, like to have it about money, but make it something that is going to cost you. Something that is to make you feel happy. You don't exercise, what should we do? And have something in it will cost you, because this is very important. I'm trying to stress on the importance of physical fitness and nutritional and healthy eating for you, for your overall mental health. It's at the end of the day, it benefits you. Trying to show you how important it is. if you meet important, put something online that's going to cost you and you don't exercise your accountability partner. So if it's that dress, you'll have so much of shoes that you bought for 3,000, 5,000, I don't know how much you bought. Or is it that money ukisikia hakula hiyo 100 unapeana, you're going to get up and exercise, because at the end of the day you got to do what you have to do. Yeah.
So asante sana, Sarah. I really appreciate it. We've really pushed it. We are well past our cut-off time, but this is a very important conversation. I know we started a little bit late, but we really do thank you. Actually, what you've just shared with us, I would easily say those are your tips for making sure that we try and keep our physical and our mental wellness in check. And a few takeaways that I'm going to take very seriously now is know why you started. And I think that answers that question when you start becoming inconsistent. When you know and in your mind you understand why you started that journey, I think it always takes you back to that place of, I started it because I want to feel good about myself. Besides just looking good, I want to be at peace with my physical look and my mental look and feel to that matter. And also that important accountability partner, your brother, your sister, your husband, your wife. I don't know how much you're going to be putting in the jar when you miss your training, but it's important to have accountability. Those for me, the biggest takeaways. And I hope, Wange, you feel your question has been answered adequately? Good. Smith, asante sana, your question has been answered, okay? Aya, asante sana. So, Sache Fitness, Sarah Nyambura Chege, asante sana for talking to us. And as always, and I keep on saying, I wish we had more time, but then again, we work with what we have. But I hope everybody has walked away with a nugget of wisdom about why physical fitness is always and has to always go hand in hand with our mental wellness. So thank you once again, Sache Fitness. She's available on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. Sache Fitt is your handle on Twitter. And also she's located in Kiambu at Kahawa House, next to Shell petrol stations. So just in case you are in Kiambu and you'd like to visit Sarah, that's where she's located. Asante sana. So I'd like to say also thank you to Sandra.
Sorry for interrupting, Eddie. I'm also on YouTube, so you can check out my videos to be posting videos that you can do. So you can also check that out. YouTube at Sache Fitness.
Yeah, you're basically on all platforms. So really, nobody can miss your videos and all your instructions. And she's also one of the champions of this Be Mindful campaign, capacity of basic needs and basic rights. So asante sana. I was going to say thank you to Sandra, Judy, Grace. Thank you once again to Basic Needs, Basic Rights for giving us this opportunity to have this conversation. Nyambura Chege, thank you so much. And unasema?
Thank you.
Karibu. And Ivy, our chief whip, she's the one who's making sure everything is running at the back there. She likes taking photographs at the end of these conversations. So for Judy and Sandra, today we are few. Munaweza asha video, msiogope. Grace Chege, if you're still with us, you can put on your video so that we can take photo. Hizi zile picha tutaweka kwa nini? Kwa wall ya basic needs, basic rights. Becky, uko msafara? Good to see you, Becky. Good to see you, Becky. So Sandra and Judy and Grace, maybe you could switch on your video so we could take a group photo. Hata Susan Kiru. Tungetaka kuwaona tujue tu tunajiongelesha tu.
Yes, we turn on video for.
Tunataka kupiga group photo.
Sarah knows why I can't turn on my video.
Okay.
Grace Chege, I know you.
Yeah. I even know.
Hajeka makeup.
Chege, just show us your face.
Makeup. Mimi niko
Good.
sana, sitaweza.
Asanteni sana. So
Dude,
Ivy,
okay.
when you're ready.
I mean, my
You should not actually. This is how you know sisters kusapotiana. Nyambura, Shek, Sarah, Judy is her sister, and Grace Chege. Those are 3 sisters.
Karibuni sana. Welcome. Good to see you guys, and thank you so much for attending these conversations. And I think Ivy, you're happy now?
Yes, I've taken a couple.
Eddie was amazing.
Asante sana. We hope we're going to continue having more of these conversations even after the campaign, because we cannot normalize this conversation if we just keep on, hiding behind things that are happening around us. We need to come to the front. And I like the fact that we are all passionate about mental health, and let's continue like this. And again, thank you to Basic Needs for allowing us to do these amazing conversations every Saturday. So this happens every Saturday, and let's keep on this conversation, guys. Kwaheri, have yourselves a fantastic weekend. The rest of it, again, Nyambura, thank you for your time, and all the best to everybody else. Kwaheri.
Thank you, Sarah. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.